Hey everybody, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Welcome back. Today I'm actually going to be taking you guys on a toy hunt. There used to be this store in Beaverton called Curiosities Vintage Store, and it's basically, it's a consignment store where people rent little spaces in the store, and there's all sorts of different crazy stuff. You can find toys, you can find all sorts of, just antiques, clothes, rocks, there's just whole lot of everything there. So, I actually ended up picking up a few things. So this is the store Curiosities, and they're now located in Tigard, Oregon, on Main Street. So check that out, and then maybe see if you can kind of guess the kind of stuff that I picked up there. And at the very end, I'll show you what I picked up. So here we're just kind of getting into the store, looking around, and always kind of looking for, what I'm mostly looking for is cheap deals on old toys. So just kind of, make our way around. Just kind of a cool old Ouija board sitting there. Kind of cool old posters, cool old lamp. And that was cool. That was actually a old electronic football game. Kind of had the crazy old vibration and stuff. And that thing was cool because it's the old Astrolight. It's like basically it's like a Rectaset kind of thing, but it's all lit up. And these were cool. It was like little tin toys. So little tin, old tin toys, and the blaster was especially cool because it's got the old spark blasters. When you pull the trigger, it kind of shoots out sparks. And then old Nintendo games. And this is cool. The vending machine that had a bunch of old cards in it. Stuff from the 90s, stuff from the 80s. Moving along. Oh yeah, that Jordan versus Bird from Nintendo. Not bad a price either. And down there, if you saw it, it's on the bottom. It actually was an old, what are those? The fake Transformers. What do you call them again? Oh, it'll come to me again. But this was like an old, like Tiger style video game. Darth Vader. Here, some old kids' toys. Kermit. Oh yeah, I found the Stormtrooper, or Snow Trooper. Pretty awesome because, as you can see, it was pretty cheap, and he still has a skirt. And the skirt alone sells for that much. And old He-Man guys. Actually, I was going to get one of these old He-Man guys. I kind of walked around with many faces for a while, but I didn't end up picking him up. I probably should have picked up one of these straight He-Man guys. And some old dolls, an old baseball glove, chess set. This place actually quite, the owner's like an old Portland punk rock guy. He actually knows some old friends. Oh, there's an old vintage R2-D2 piggy bank. But yeah, he actually, Small World knows one of my old best friends. That actually I just talked to the other day, so I never kind of relayed to him that, I know this guy, and he owns a store, and he knows you, and he knows his bands, and yeah, it's Small World. So yeah, just some other old stuff, old trolls. I have Pokemon, so we made a Pokemon lamp. My Little Ponies. Got a bunch of cool old vintage stuff, I thought those chairs were kind of cool. Ice skates. Got these old ice skates. I wonder if they're sharp enough to even work anymore, but Laurel and Hardy lamps. I thought that was kind of cool. Is that Laurel and Hardy? I don't know, I forget. And this was creepy, just kind of some creepy old dolls and a old bassinet, or a stroller, or a carriage. A weird old Pinocchio. And this was a cool section. They have a bunch of old lamps. Or not old lamps, but this guy makes lamps out of different funny stuff. So there's some alligator head lamps. And some other just like funky stuff. He just makes funky lamps. So yeah, these were like framed random Star Wars stuff. But the first thing you saw was like a part of an original Rancor box that somebody cut off the piece and kind of framed it. This guy had some cool records. That's the first print of that Grateful Dead record up there, so it was kind of expensive, about $70, but it was the first printing of it, so that's kind of cool. Yogi Bear. And this booth kind of had a good variety of stuff. Beer signs, Mario. Had some, he had some trading card packs unopened. Some cool glasses. And then up on this wall we're about to see, there's some, oh look, there's an old Barney. And yes, we kind of go along. There's some cassette tapes, a bunch of old games and junk. There's kind of this cool, I think I'll show it for a minute or a second there, but it's the Winnie the Pooh, and it's kind of like a pinball kind of looking game, but it all still worked, and like when you hit the pinball, different, paddles, like their little bells would ring inside of it. Didn't really get a good demonstration of that by any means, but Rogue One Cup, don't need that, but it's kind of funny. Pinocchio donkey, and Pinocchio gets turned into a donkey. I think that might have been handmade by somebody. Oh, this typewriter was cool. It's like an old tin toy typewriter. I'm not sure how old it was. I didn't pick it up and really look at it, but it's still kind of cool to see. And here's E.T. This E.T. is pretty cool. I'm not quite sure what the year was on it. I couldn't find a year on it, but I had to pick it up and walk around with it for a little bit. We'll see if I ended up buying it or not. E.T. Phone Home. Always loved E.T. as a kid. More E.T. stuff. Battlestar Galactica. There's some kind of cool car stuff. This guy had a whole booth of just cars. This was a really cool old bike. If I had room for a bike, I'd probably want to get it. It's cool old Star Wars prints. These are some more Corey concept prints. And there's some other cool stuff, some like old comic books, records. And this old E.T. board game. I was kind of thinking about that. And but whoa, what's this? It's an old Star Wars book. Not even just Star Wars, it's an old droid Star Wars book. Where's this thing from? Oh, it's from 1985. That's pretty cool. $12, not bad. And now that that's all said and done, what I actually ended up picking up is one of the things I found at the very end, and I didn't even get a little bit of a video about it, or on it, or the area that it was in. But this is one of the things that I got. This is an old X-Men vehicle. These things came out in the 90s. Let's see if I can see where the date is on this thing. Oh, 1994. And I've had a bunch of these X-Men toys as a kid, all the Marvel toys, the Marvel line of toys, but I never had this. And this one's actually, the box is in great shape besides the rip, the price tag there. But it's still in sealed condition. Never been opened before. And this was Magneto's Magnetron. Yeah, Magneto's Magnetron. A couple cool little features there, a little launching thing, a little gun thing, and you put Magneto in there. Of course, the Magneto figure had like some sort of magnets on it, whatever else. Of course, I already have that, so I won't be opening this up. But once I end up displaying all my Marvel stuff, if I ever get enough space to, then that'll go with that stuff, of course. And then you saw me looking at this beauty. This thing was an amazing find. It's an old 1985 Droids book. So as you've seen in my previous videos, I'm big into the droids. I've got some of the animation cells from the cartoon, and I've got all the figures and then the second wave figures from Pro Custom Figures. So that was pretty awesome to find, and it's a children's book, and we've got a baby on the way, so I can't wait to read this to my little one when it comes about. But yeah, so kind of cool art in here, a lot of words. Some of the characters that some of you Star Wars fans know. There's Kleb Zellock, and then of course there's 3PO and R2, and then some of the From gang maybe. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, can't wait to read that later on. And then, of course, I didn't show this. Actually, maybe saw a glimpse of it, but I get this book. It's Young Jedi Knights. And this was basically the Shards of Alderaan. And this might have been actually where they reintroduced Boba Fett into the series. No, they reintroduced Boba Fett in the series back in the Dark Empire. But this is where the Solo twins, Jason and Jaina, meet Boba Fett. And it was a pretty cheap price, and the book was actually in good condition. I think it's in better condition. I already have a copy of this, but it's better condition than the one I have. And then I can just sell the other one, because these books are worth $5 to $12 each. Just because it's kind of like it's a huge story tie-in. There's a big gap in the novels, and in order to get a lot of the story and meet some of the new characters, you had to read this series. This was kind of like a made-for-teen reader kind of thing, but they were definitely a huge part of bridging a gap in the Star Wars novels. What else did I get? Oh yeah, I found this thing. You saw this maybe. Hopefully I put that in there. Yeah, actually I put that in there. This is a Snowtrooper. And this Snowtrooper I picked it up because it was only $6 and it came with a skirt. It's really hard to find these guys with the original skirt. And he's actually pretty white, but he's got this kind of weird melt cut on his foot. So I might just take off the skirt and put it on one of my other Snowtrooper figures. And then lastly, but not least, I'm sure you guessed about this one that I got in there. This is that E.T. figure that you saw. And actually, he's electronic, and I don't think there's batteries in it. So we're going to open this bad boy up with my trusty R2-D2 screwdriver and see if this thing actually still works. Okay, so first I got to open up the bottom of the R2-D2, get my little screwdriver bits. I didn't even know I had a little holding compartment, but I was going into the toolbox looking for it. My lady pointed out, I was looking for all the bits. I'm like, where are all the bits? She's like, oh, I put them in the holder thing here. It's actually, holds the screw bits. So let's unscrew this bad boy. Hopefully the screw isn't stripped too bad. Or if I can even get in there. I think it might be a little smaller of a screw bit, so let's go to a different bit and see if that'll work, because yeah, it's not letting me open this battery thing here. Alright, so let's see if we can get in here with this one. There we go. Now it's got a little bit of give to it. I got some batteries primed and ready. Actually, hopefully this isn't the... I didn't just grab the wrong kind of batteries. You open for me. Up, you're not quite out all the way. Come on, come on. Let's see, they don't make this easy, do they? It almost looks like these might be C batteries, so I might have to pause for a second and grab some of those batteries. Let's see if I can actually get into this thing first. Come on, screwdriver. There we go. Okay, good. It is double A's. So I got some double A's here primed and ready. Just slap these bad boys into the box. It actually looks like, I don't know if it almost looks like brand new. I mean, there's no acid wear in the battery pack. So hopefully that's promising for the condition of this thing, and hopefully it still works, because that would be amazing if we can actually get the batteries in. Alright, now to screw her shut. Now let's cross our fingers here, and hopefully this ET still works, because it's pretty old. It's an exclusive to somewhere. It says on the little tag. Guess we'll find out. What did it say? It was an exclusive of... Oh, Toys R Us exclusive. But it had to have been an old Toys R Us exclusive, like 80s or something like that. So let's shove that back into there. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope the CT still works. Press the hand.
I'm E.T.
still works. That's amazing. Well, it did once. Huh. That was kind of cool, though. At least it worked once. Let's see if we can make it work again. Huh. His head pops up a little bit, but it worked for a second. Why don't you work again? Well, we saw it work for a second, so there's promise that I can actually get it to work again. So that's pretty sweet. But yeah, that's all I got from now. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon.